Well, greetings and hello there, everybody. It is me, your beloved Star Wars dad, Newt Good. I'm coming to you today from the news desk, which is on this side of the screen. Gaming desk over there, news desk over here, and we're gonna start making a better, a bigger, more concerted effort to bring you the news of Star Wars Galaxy Heroes, to give you some alternatives about the news. Yeah, I know exactly what I'm saying. Sorry. Sorry. Anyway, era of Revenge of the Sith. So the Revenge of the Sith era is here. Kind of highly anticipated. It is the 20th anniversary of Revenge of the Sith. This is where the fun begins. Revenge of the Sith celebrates 20th anniversary starting April 8th. You'll begin your first journey into the first episode of the era after going after dark side clones C1119, Apo, and CX2. Now let's talk about eras again and episodes and marquees. So an era is a 12-week session of Star Wars Galaxy Heroes with 3 episodes, each consisting of 4 weeks and 2 marquees in those episodes. What they're telling us is that when we get done with Crosshair here, that we're moving to 2 new marquees, which is going to be Apo and CX2. Now, I looked these guys up. Apo is in the 501st and executed Order 66 alongside Anakin in the Jedi Temple. That's going to come in handy here in a minute. So more 501st clones coming. CX2, however, is a clone assassin. This is more of a Bad Batch clone still, playing a role in the aftermath of Order 66, pursuing Omega and the remnants of Clone Underground, and being killed by Hunta after being part of a squad that captured Clone Force 99. So I tried to look up Order 66, and the CX2 played a role in the aftermath of Order 66. But what we're going to see is we're going to have a little tweak there and put it dark side clone into the temple thing here. So whatever I'm saying. Then we're going to have 2 more dark side clone troopers in episode 3, which that'll be 2, 4, 6, 8 weeks from now. So what is 8 weeks from now? This is that'll be April 20th, something like that. And so somewhere around mid to late May, we'll start getting Jedi Vanguard characters. The 4 new Darkside clone troopers are designed to thrive together under Lord Vader's leadership, giving Lord Vader a design team right now. Will it lift him? Will it not? That remains to be seen. So that it is interesting to me as they release is that, Lord Vader's long been a complaint. He's got one lifter, Maul. You put him out there, he just isn't really great. And we keep giving lifters. Well, for the first time, we're giving a full team lifter to a galactic legend. Now we've seen in the past, Darth Bane, anyone, that they design these lifters and then they end up getting used in different ways. So we'll see if this is truly the way it gets used eventually with these dark side clone troopers. It is certainly an impetus or a kick in the butt for players to unlock these as fast as possible and use them under Lord Vader, because people are tired of just throwing Lord Vader on defense and seeing what he does and hoping maybe he's got a good data crown, whatever. All these characters will be required at the end of the era to unlock the Jedi Vanguard leader.
In the purple corner, hailing from Haroon Call, coming in at an astonishing 6 foot 2 inches tall, weighing in at 185 pounds. You love him. You need him. He is your people's champion, legendary Mace Windu.
Did I call this? I called this. I didn't make a big announcement about it. But I called that. Legendary Mace Windu. There you go, boys and girls. All these characters are required at the end of the era to unlock Jedi Vanguard leader Mace Windu. So you're going to have 6 characters required for a legendary... all right. So, first era, kind of a dud. We get the Bad Batch clones. It's okay. Everybody's fine with it. No big deal. Second era... Legendary Mace Windu. There you go. Congratulations, everybody. It's what we talked about. It's what we believe. Only 2 Jedi Vanguard characters, by the way. If we think about it, so they're only going to have 2 Jedi Vanguard characters to go with Jocasta Nu. 2 new ones, anyway. 2 new ones. Interesting. Okay. Lord Vader Raid. Final name to be determined. Relive the harrowing events of Order 66, where Lord Vader, alongside his elite division known as Vader's Fist, stormed the Jedi Temple. Players must race against time to attempt to rescue as many Jedi as possible from the onslaught. That sounds fun. It sounds fun. While we don't, it's been kind of speculated pretty heavily. While we don't have additional information, the new raid will be open to these units. New Bad Batch squad, Era of Revenge of the Sith characters, that's all of these. And then transmission loss. So you got to think there'll be all the Jedi Vanguard. Let's pull up the game here. You got to think that maybe the 501st. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. You do have to think that, yeah, the Jedi Vanguard are likely to be in there. So you got to think that a bunch of these are likely to be in there. But now we did already have Lumi, Qui-Gon, Plo Koon, Eth Koth, Kit Fisto were already in the current raid, the Naboo raid. So you probably think the rest of these guys, was Shakti in there? I can't remember. I never used her. You might think the rest of these guys are gonna, I don't think Shakti is in there. Will be available to use in the new Jedi Temple raid, name to be determined. Okay. While Lord Vader is the ideal leader for the dark side clone troopers, he will. This is a CYA. Cover your butt. He himself will not be an allowed unit. Oh no, I'm sorry. I thought they were going to say. I thought they were going to say, while Lord Vader is the ideal leader for the dark side clone troopers, you might be able to use him in other places too. They didn't. All right. He will not be an allowed unit in the raid. Grand Moff Tarkin will be receiving a rework in an upcoming release to bring it back into relevance. Well. The last time Grand Moff Tarkin was relevant was 2017-ish, maybe? He's been a long time since he was relevant. A long time since he was relevant. He will lead the dark side clones in the raid as well as in general for players who don't yet own Lord Vader. Oh, cool. Nice. More information as we get closer to release. Era Battle 1 Nightfall. Execute Order 66. Enter the Jedi Temple, your dark side clone troopers. Take on any Jedi who stand in your way. One of the worst lines ever stated in Star Wars. From my point of view, the Jedi are evil. Anybody who has written anything, if you write scripts, if you've written books, if you wrote for your yearbook, if you just wrote essays, if you took an English class, if you took, I don't care, a German class, if something is from your point of view, you can cross off that entire point of that entire line. You could just say, the Jedi are evil. It's very simple. You could just take off, from my point of view, does not need to be said here. We're not having we're not establishing points of view. We know it's your point of view. Just a horrible line. All right. Era Battle 2, Crimes Against the Republic. Use a Jedi Vanguards from the Era of Revenge of the Sith to arrest Darth Sidious, or try to. What are we? Era Battle? What's an Era Battle? I'm like, wait, I was like, wait a minute, what are we doing here? Era Battle, we could have done this first before I made a fool of myself. By the way, can we get, I have not found a way to get a dark screen here. Can we, you know, these old ones, I gotta come, this is so much nicer. Look, my face isn't like super shiny. Face super shiny. All right, era battles are similar to assault battles, but for a limited time, playable during and shortly after the associated era, requiring era obtained units. Will era battles replace assault battles? Era battles will live alongside assault battles. Translation. Are you ready? Translation. What is an era battle? It's a limited time assault battle that we're using now because what we found out was everybody screamed and yelled when we tried to get rid of the old assault battles, which was the plan. Like, this is going to be a permanent assault battle. We were going to introduce 6 to 8 new assault battles that were permanent. But instead, since everybody groused about losing the old assault battles, we're not going to make them limited time. So I will say that the incentives they're providing to farm these new characters are deep incentives to farm the new characters. One, for legendary Mace Windu. That's number one, you have to farm these new characters. Number two, you need them for the raid. That's another incentive to farm the new characters and fork out, pay money, get new characters. 3, temporary raids or temporary assault battles. So the incentives for unlocking these new characters immediately in the game are heavier than they've ever been. And when we look at this, I'm trying to think through this. So we know there's likely to be a Galactic Legend this year. I think did they say there's going to be a Galactic, and I think they said there's likely to be I don't know if we're going to see a capital ship, you guys. We may not see another capital ship this year. It's not. If we do a Galactic Legend, it would have to be capital ship immediately followed by Galactic Legend for the second half of the year, which would be just pow, pow. So that's my interpretation there. We gave you the 2 new assault battles, Duel of the Fates and Peridia Pals, and you guys are farming them, and they're great. And then we tried to cycle out the old assault battles in the last year, which we all yelled about. Then they announced they're gonna keep all the old assault battles in rotation, and then they had to recircle and say, well, if they're gonna do that, then we're gonna stick this to them. Maybe this was already the plan, but it doesn't feel like it to me. So that's my reflection. Maybe I don't know. Maybe we'll get new assault battles as well. Maybe we'll get some characters released in the next era that are there for new permanent assault battles. I don't know. I could be reading this wrong. We'll find out. Episode shipment information. Okay, we get that. Episode track information. There you go. There's the announcement. So that's the announcement for today. The big announcement. Wow, this is huge, actually. This is a pretty huge era announcement. So we get a new raid announced. Now let's take a look at that. I want to talk about the new raid a little bit. The last new raid, that's the eras. The last new raid was announced here. No, that's not it. I did this wrong. The Road Ahead, February 2024. It was on or around February 16th, 2024. And this is where they announced the new raid. So we're about a month and a half behind that right now in 2025. But they announced the new raid here. Then they came out with this raid update where they told you all of the... Oh no, this is the announcement from a few weeks ago where they said the new raid won't be available will not come before June. So they're targeting June. Then last year, the full character slate that was going to be available for the raid was announced it was June 18th, and then the raid launched on July 2nd. So about 3 weeks before the new raid. So they announced this full slate of characters. It was, and I should add this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There were only 5 new characters in that. Oh, no, I'm sorry, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Some of these weren't even available yet, I don't think. I don't think Queen Amidala, maybe she was. So 10 new characters in that, and then this one you're looking at more than that. The new Bad Batch is, 5, and then you get 6 new, that's 11, then the Mace Windu, 12, Tarkin rework. And then we're looking at a bunch of other characters available for the raid. So we can look ahead. If the raid's going to come out in June, if they hit it in June, we'll find out. Then we'll be looking for an update somewhere in May as to the full list of characters. They have to make characters available to you that are not they have to be able to allow people. Everybody has to be able to play in the raid, right? So they got to give us characters like the Jedi Vanguard to be available. What other? We could look at like. You could look at just making the 501st usable. I don't know why not. That would make sense. Right? That would make some sense. And so, yeah. So there you go. So the raid is coming out. This is a huge legendary Mace Windu raid and new temporary assault battles and all the incentives to get the new characters unlocked. Interesting things happening. I'll be back here for your next news update, guys. Like I mentioned, I'm gonna really make an effort to give you an alternative source for news in Star Wars Galaxy Heroes. I was out of town. I drove all day yesterday. I missed this announcement yesterday. So I'm going to start trying to stay on top of this for you guys and your children and your friends and family. Everybody, have a great day. Let's look forward to the new raid and legendary Mace Windu as predicted here on the channel. I'll talk to you soon. Always remember, Nooch too good.